Back to Chicago. Live on the floor at the CME Group is Todd Horwitz. Bubba Trading, it's bubbatrading.com for a lot of information for viewers, whether buying or selling, whatever you might be doing in this market here. A lot of those folks that are in the grain trade, also in livestock here. Your thoughts there in live cattle, generally cattle and feeder cattle, with what we saw yesterday?
Well, I think you saw naturally, sometimes selling begets selling, and we saw the pressure was on, and they never stepped off the gas, forcing down both live and feeder cattle down the limit. I think that live cattle right here around this 120 in June is a huge spot. If we don't hold here, I think we're going to go test that 115 level. Now, I would expect to see a hold, and I am looking for an opportunity to buy. When we get to these ridiculous prices on one side of the market or the other, this happens to be to the downside. I think at some point here, buyers are going to step in, and there's going to be an increased demand once again. We go from these oversold, overbought markets. I think here we're being in an oversold market. Now, what I'd really like to see is a gentle rally coming up. I don't want to see one of those sharp covering rallies, because that would just mean short covering. So I think that we will find a base to hold here, whether it be right here at 120 or a little bit lower. And the feeders, I think that 145 is the level. We were first at 148, now we're at 145. I think this is a great spot to take a look. And certainly, if you're looking to do some buying here, this is a great spot to look at, because I think your risk-reward model has now changed. You have a much bigger probability of the upside here than the downside. So although they look ugly, I think this is a good spot to kind of step in, or at least be ready to step in, should we see a turnaround here in this market.
Yeah, Marlon and I were kind of scratching our heads. I mean, the dress beef trade last week was higher every day. Packer margins are back in the black, and yet we saw what we saw yesterday. Can we point to one or two things that was it just technical selling, as you say? Selling begets selling.
It is technical selling, and you have a lot of people out there that want to be short these markets. You have an increased belief that the overall world is in major trouble, and that maybe the demand for beef will not be there. But again, as we priced them last year way too high, now I think we're pricing them way too low. And again, you get sellers or buyers become too aggressive. I think they've been too aggressive. Yesterday's action showed me that they were too aggressive, because they're not getting follow through today. And I would say that today or tomorrow, once they don't follow through, if they don't follow through from here, you're going to see a sharp rally, because they're going to start to get nervous. They're too short here.
Very good. All right. As you say, people have to eat. So even no matter what the economies are doing, people are going to eat, and they like the protein. Talking about that in the pork trade here, what do you see? Pork under pressure higher early today. We'll see what's going on. Still higher here, but what do you see in numbers maybe in the June lean hogs?
I think we're still in this position now. If we go back to April for a minute and relate it, when we were over that 72, well, now we're at 76. We're 77 basis June. 76 is a major spot here. If we don't hold that 76, we're going to have problems, because what's happening is the formation is switching now. We were in a great contango, which would indicate a lot higher prices, which is why I thought we'd break to the upside. And all of a sudden, we're starting to flatten out. And as we go out into October, we're going into backwardation. So if we can't get some rally, some buying stepping in here soon, I think we got a little problem. But watch that 76 level. If that can't hold, I think we go lower. But I think it should hold, and I would like to see, and I expect a rally. I expect a rally in the entire complex, but some things need to work their way back down to give me better entry points.
Very good. Wow, sounds like that option pit behind you getting pretty active here this hour. So that's why we are live from Chicago. Todd, thanks so much for the information. Hopefully helpful to our farmers and ranchers out there buying or selling, whatever side of the market they may be. Todd Horwitz, Bubba Trading. It's bubbatrading.com, a regular contributor here on Market Day Report. Wow, that yelling